This video will walk you through the filter parts installation on the Racor Turbine Series 500 MA fuel filter. Your filter may look like this with the firebowl protection and the hex drain on the bottom, or if you don't require a firebowl protection, it may just have a quick drain on the bottom. Either way, it's the same installation. First thing I'm going to start with is you'll want to drain the filter. If it's obviously if there's fuel in the filter, you're going to need to open up the hex drain and get the filter completely drained of fuel in a safe manner. The second thing you're going to want to do is remove the firebowl if it's installed, or your quick drain, depending on what you have there. The next step, you're going to take these 1/4" 4 bolts that hold on the clear bowl on the bottom, and you're going to remove those. We're going to do that with a little tool here. Okay. It's 3. Okay. So once you have those 4 bolts removed, you can drop the full clear bowl assembly. Please be careful with your gasket. If your gasket stays on the bowl side, just make sure it stays there or there. Sometimes they fall off. You make sure when you do reinstall it, it goes back in the groove within the filter. If it stays on the plastic bowl, there's less to worry about. Just be careful not to move it. Okay, so the next part is you're going to be installing in that clear bowl these filter parts here. Before we install those, the first thing I'm going to do is remove this twist tie, which is just holding them together. So I'll just remove this twist tie, and that's going to allow the float to be removed and move freely on the tube there. You have your indicator on the inside, the orange indicator. And lastly, when we put the clear bowl back together with these internal filter parts, we're going to put the 4 corner fasteners with these custom fasteners. Please note that these fasteners will look something like this. They'll have a red cover over them. When you remove the red cover, they'll be coated with Tef gel. Please don't remove that Tef gel before installing. That Tef gel is an anti-corrosive gel that will keep any corrosion from happening on those fasteners with the filter housing, so they'll always come out easy. All right, so you're going to take your clear bowl, and you can basically just set your filter parts with the float installed right centered in the bottom of the bowl. It should seat in there neatly. What's going to happen is you'll see that stainless steel screw at the top. That screw ultimately is going to seat right in the center of the bottom of that turbine. And when you go up, just go up slowly and carefully with it. Make sure your O-ring seats. You can see everything went together quite readily. I always reach up in here and just make sure there's a little bit of play in that, but if it spins, you know it's in the right spot. We're going to take our fasteners. Again, not removing the Tef gel that's already on the threads. We're going to insert those in the 4 corners. I'm going to take the first one and put it in fairly snug so it will hold the flange. We will take this one here. I don't recommend starting these with a drill like I'm doing here. You want to be real careful to not cross-thread or anything, but I'm being very light on the drill. I'm making sure it's just following the threads without any cross-threading. We'll get our 4th in. Now the cool part about these custom fasteners, these fasteners are being installed so that they can accept the sensor ring that will go on the outside of the filter. That would be the next part of the installation, but the size is either 8mm or 5/16. So you can grab a metric or a 5/16 wrench. At that point you could box end it and snug them up nicely. You don't want to over tighten them, but you definitely want them snug. They're pulling that gasket together in there. Don't have to be crazy tight, but nice and firm. Once you tighten up the 4 corners, you're almost done with this part of the process. What I like to do again is reach up in the bottom, make sure that that spins. It moves slightly, but it spins nicely. It's not going anywhere. So your filter parts are installed, your sensor cage fasteners are installed. At that point, depending on, you can either reinstall your metal bowl or your quick drain. In this case, I'm going to leave the quick drain on there for now. And the next step will be installing your sensor ring.